Hello, gorgeous people, and welcome back to Panic with Lucy. If you have ever felt like you're failing at recovery because you're not there yet, then this episode is for you. Throughout my whole recovery process, I was beating myself up daily because I just wanted to live like my old self. But that was actually more harmful. I should have just accepted my emotional state and grown from there. So today we're going to discuss what successful recovery actually looks like without all the pressure, comparison, and the perfectionism that sneaks into the healing process. Because somewhere along the line, somehow, recovery got mixed into achievement culture, hustle culture, the fact that you can buy a course and get better in 5 weeks. It has bled into the self-help world, and honestly, I hate it. The milestones, the timelines, the idea that once you hit a certain point you are fixed, it's just wrong. Not only does it make people feel hopeless, honestly, it isn't human. It's not how the nervous system works, and it's not how real healing works either. So let's ground ourselves in this simple truth. You do not have to be symptom-free to be doing well. Let's start with the myth of what full recovery is. When people think about recovery, they often imagine it as this end point. It's a moment where, like in Cinderella, they're going to become the best version of themselves and their panic and anxiety is going to completely disappear. They are going to return to the former version of themselves, the person that could go to the shop without a high heart rate, or the person that could see friends and family quite easily. They want to go backwards to a version of themselves that wasn't affected by this anxiety. But the truth is, you have been. You are a different version of you now. Recovery is about accepting and having compassion towards that version of you. So even now, years after having panic disorder and agoraphobia, I still have moments where my heart might race, I might feel a wave of adrenaline, and overall, it just feels like I'm gonna have a panic attack. But the thing that stops those sensations from becoming a panic attack is the way that I interpret the sensations. It's not danger anymore. It's just a little bit uncomfortable. And that is the real shift. You can't erase the symptoms, but you can change your relationship and your reaction to them. And more importantly, because of everything that happened with panic disorder and agoraphobia, I genuinely have this feeling that I can handle anything in life. Like if you can go from being bedbound and scared that you would die if you got out of bed and touched the floor to living a free life, you can honestly achieve anything. And another thing that's so important to remember is you don't lose the fear, you grow around it. Your capacity to handle this is going to expand daily, and you're going to stop seeing sensations as proof that you're going backwards. Because you can't cure your nervous system, you've just got to learn to live with it differently. And really, we can appreciate that your body and mind will go to extreme lengths to try and protect you. Because that's what the adrenaline is doing in panic disorder. It is your brain thinking that it's protecting you from danger. It's just doing it at the wrong time. But it's trying. So recovery isn't a clean break from anxiety forever and ever, because that wouldn't be normal. Sadly, humans are wired to feel a healthy amount of anxiety every day, and we have to embrace that. Recovery is a conversation with anxiety. It's a conversation that becomes calmer, kinder, and more balanced over time. So let's redefine what success looks like on your own terms. Because you have to learn what success means to you, not what you see online, what not other people should tell you, and that includes me, but it's actually about what freedom is for you, your body and your life. You have your own nervous system that fires every second. You have your own thoughts, your own sensations, and your own needs. So start treating your recovery with that in mind. Start treating your recovery as the individual that you are. For some people, success is getting back on a train. For others, it might be staying at home without having a panic attack. And for some, it's saying no to something without feeling any guilt. And sometimes it's as small as getting out of bed after a long night of panic attacks and saying, that was so hard, but I did it and I am okay. It's these little wins that don't go on Instagram or TikTok because they're not a highlight. These are invisible wins. It's the kind that don't make it as social media, but they matter so much more to your individual recovery. They matter to your story. This is the story of how you're getting better. It isn't a highlight reel. It's an ongoing act of compassion. So if you can meet your symptoms and your fears with more understanding than judgment, that is success. And you are doing yourself a disservice by comparing your life to others, by comparing your recovery to others, because you, as you are right now, are enough, and you can get through it. So progress is not measured in miles or milestones. It's measured in how gently you treat yourself when things are just shit. Not everyone can do that, but we should. So take a moment to redefine what success looks like to you. Maybe it's brushing your teeth once a day. Maybe it's having a shower. Maybe it's doing the dishes. Maybe it's looking out the window. It doesn't matter how extreme the activity is. It's the fact that you are willing to do it. So keep that in mind. Now let's talk about what sustainable recovery feels like. Sustainable recovery shouldn't feel like perfection. It should feel like stability. Because you are still going to have spikes. You are still going to have days where anxiety comes along and surprises you. But the difference is you are going to come back down from that heightened state a lot quicker. You don't spiral into, what's wrong with me? Am I going to be okay? Am I going to die? Instead, you recognize it as the nervous system doing what it is designed to do. Just yesterday, I had a moment where I was filming for one of my TikTok videos about recovery, and I felt so dizzy and lightheaded, and I had this awful metallic taste in my mouth, and it created a wave of anxiety, because for me, those are symptoms of kind of health anxiety. But all it took is to have a moment. I stopped, I sat down on the floor, and I said to myself, why could I be feeling dizzy right now? Have I had anything to eat today? Nope. Have I drank anything today? Nope. Then that is what's wrong. I am dizzy and lightheaded because I haven't looked after myself. I've burnt myself out and it was only 11 in the morning. So it's having that moment to ground yourself and say, why am I feeling this way? Instead of how should I react? It's being curious and saying, why am I that way right now? Take a moment to ground yourself, look at what could be going on, and then get yourself grounded. After I had a few minutes of contemplating kind of what was wrong, I was able to stand up and go get myself a snack and a drink, and everything was fine. And that is what regulation looks like. Your body experiences the activation, but it returns to calm again. It's like waves settling after a storm. And that return to baseline is the true measure of recovery. It's not the absence of anxiety, but the speed and gentleness of your return to safety. I often say success is when a bad day doesn't make you question your worth. Because recovery should not be about controlling your life. It should be about trusting that you, right now, can handle it. Anything that's thrown your way, you can handle it. So trusting that you, The person who has experienced the insufferable panic attacks, the nights where you have not been able to sleep because you are terrified of your own body, the you that has the dark thoughts because you never think you're going to go back to who you were. You can handle it. So wherever you are right now, whether you are in the middle of a panic, whether you are, waking up from a terrible night's sleep, I just want you to know that you can slowly rebuild your sense of freedom. You do not need to chase recovery. You grow into your own recovery pace. Think back to even 6 months ago. There must be things that were easier to do now than then, and you must have done things that terrified you before, but do fine with now. That is progress. Even if it's quiet, and even if no one sees it, even if it's not on social media, it matters. So if any of this has resonated with you, I would love for you to follow the podcast. And if you haven't joined my free community called Nurture Space, you absolutely should. It is free and it will always stay free. And you can join by going in the link in my description. You'll also find that I do workshops with Anxiety Fitness, who is an incredible human being and helped me a lot through his videos when I was struggling with panic disorder. I now run workshops on his platform, which is insane, and you can join and sign up there. But if you want more one-on-one support, you can also book in with me too. So thank you so much for listening. This was quite a short one, but I will do more about this topic. And just know that you as you are now, you are enough, you are doing enough, you are gonna be okay. Take it a day at a time, and eventually the anxiety will slow down. Your nervous system will stop firing at the worst possible moments. It just takes a little bit of time, and pushing yourself in that time is not going to help. Rest, recover, and be compassionate to you. Thank you so much for listening. This was Panic with Lucy.